What's up, guys? Back again with another episode, and there's a few things we're going to try and take care of today. First of which is fixing the oil leak on this thing. So, as some of you may remember from my last video, things got a little bit toasty in that burnout. So, ended up popping a coolant line, fixed that, and then drove home 5 hours. And on that drive home, I noticed a little bit of an oil leak developing, and it looks like it was coming from that turbo oil feed line. So, I'm going to start by pulling that off and checking the O-ring there and replacing it if need be. So I really haven't been driving the truck much lately, or at all since I got back from that event, because I've been working, and that's why it's on the trickle charger. And this place is a bit of a mess, so we need to take care of that. And I've still got all the burnout rubber everywhere, and it still smells like burnt tires in here. So we got a couple things on the hit list to do today, but we'll start by pulling that oil feed flange and hopefully sorting that out. Another thing I need to do is go through and organize the toolbox again, because it's been getting a little bit out of hand. That flange, I've got some 12-point bolts on it, so I need my 12-point socket set. And the oil line is an AN fitting and line, and I actually don't have a set of AN wrenches at the moment, so I'll just have to find whatever metric or imperial wrench is the closest fit, and usually those fittings aren't too tight, so I should be able to make it work. It's not raining right now, so may as well pull the truck outside to work on it, and that way we can wash it, even if we have to wait for an O-ring. You know, as soon as I pull outside, it starts raining. It's just a light sprinkle, and the truck needs a wash anyways, so I'm not too worried about it. Anyways, first things first, we go delete the hair. It's getting a little bit out of hand, as Greg A would say. Shout out and thank you to Jason from GoPro Diesel. Check them out. He's got a nice little shop set up, and you can get tons of good diesel parts for a really good price. So if you're in the Fort Mac area, definitely check him out. But yeah, he hooked me up with a new O-ring, and you can see Compared to the one that was in there, this thing has just gotten flattened and hardened up, and not getting a good seal with that. So we're gonna go ahead and throw this in. Also put a couple dabs of Loctite thread sealer on, and hopefully that should solve our oil leak issue. So thanks again, Jason. There we go. That should have it, and hopefully that takes care of that. Well, it's supper time now, so we'll take a break and come check on this later, go for a test drive, and fingers crossed it solves all our issues. Let's go for a test drive. So just took a little look under the hood, and everything looks all good. The oil feed line there, only thing that's seeping out a little bit is the gasket material, but for that liquid Loctite gasket, but it's all good. So just went for a light drive around the block, and now go for maybe a little bit of a longer drive and just make sure everything's going good, because a couple days from now I'm leaving on an 18-hour road trip back down to Vancouver. So want to make sure the truck is in tip-top shape for that. So there's definitely a little bit of oil burning off of the turbo blanket, and I think that's what I'm smelling, because you can see how turbo blanket's a little bit black looking around there, and that's I guess just because it got a little bit of oil on it and seeped into it, and now when it gets hot it's burning off, obviously. So I may try and pull that off, and then try and clean some of the oil out of that if I can, or otherwise might be a good opportunity to upgrade to a BD turbo blanket. Another thing I wanted to update you guys on, because everybody's been asking me, is when's the Lloyd Customs video coming out? And so with that, I've started working on it. I've got a teaser put together, but just you know, bear with me, because I've been pretty busy working night shift. Was basically on a 15 days on, 3 days off schedule this summer, and so I didn't have a lot of free time to sit around at the computer editing videos and stuff. And on all my days off, I literally was at each of those events that I was filming this summer. So it is coming, just stay tuned. The other thing though, the next event that's coming up in Alberta is Armor Inc.'s Dyno Day and the Western Canadian Diesel Motorsports Association drag racing in Rimby. So that's between just south of Edmonton a little bit. But basically that, I went to that event last year, had an awesome time, and ended up winning, which was awesome. But that's just, it's such a, winning the drag racing I should specify, but it's such an awesome event because they really open it up to everyone from, you know, grassroots diesel guys who have, you know, never raced before. There's lots of people there that'll give you tips and help you figure out how to race. And then there's also insane triple turbo 1500 plus horsepower trucks out there, and you can race against them. But the way it worked, the first day was the dyno day, and then the next day was drag racing and stuff. But the track opened right at 8 a.m. And it was an open track. They're like, yeah, go do laps. And so I was just hot lapping, lap after lap, and I made probably like 10 or 15 passes. This is just 8th mile before the actual event even started. So I had my launch dialed in perfectly, and I was super consistent by the time racing came around. We did a King of the Hill style eliminations, and I got lucky a few times, but I was also just being super consistent that day. And I made it to the finals and had the tightest race in the finals, and ended up winning. And so I've got a ton of footage from that event that I've just never gotten around to editing a video for, and I really want to get that video edited and uploaded before the event this year, just to try and hopefully get them a little bit of more attention, and get some more people to come out, because honestly it was such a blast. And so that video's got a hard deadline on when I need to get that out before. The Lloyd Customs one doesn't have a hard deadline, because it's, you know, it's just a cool video that I don't want you guys waiting for a year for, but I'll try and get it out as soon as I can. I just did my last night shift last night or 2 nights ago, I guess, but we've got a couple days off now before I need to do anything else. So hopefully in the next couple days I can get a bunch of stuff done, and that'd be awesome if I can get both those videos out and edited pretty soon. Sorry, I'm rambling a little bit, but thought you guys would like an update to that. So I'm posting the teaser on Instagram and Facebook. That's what I was talking about with the oil burning off there. So that's not okay. Yeah, so I just pulled the turbo blanket off, and you can see it's got a lot of oil in there, and it's just all smoldering out of there. So I would say that looks like it's asking for a new turbo blanket. Yeah, oil all over, and just well, it is what it is. I always carry a fire extinguisher in my truck just in case, because like, you never know with the modified truck. You know, you do everything you think right or whatever, but there's always that chance. And you know, it's cheap insurance to have that. And well, that's it for this episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Almost set the truck on fire and didn't get around to cleaning the garage, but those are just details and you don't want to see that anyways. Stay tuned for these video edits coming. Bear with me, they take significantly more effort to produce and edit than just this like vlogs, like where you just stick all the clips together. But I hope that you will enjoy them when they come out. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm hoping to grow the channel. It's doing really well this summer, and you know, if you guys keep giving me positive feedback, I'm gonna keep making these videos, and you know, hopefully everybody gets something they enjoy. Right on. See you in the next one.